Hello Gophers, and welcome to the new video where we'll be learning how to structure your code in Go using layered architecture. Before we move forward and try to understand how to implement layered architecture in Go, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also press the bell icon so that you don't miss on any new important notification of any new videos or series that we put across for you guys. Now about layered architecture, it is nothing but grouping of similar functionality into one package. So basically what I use is I use three basic layers. First is the presentation layer or the handler layer. This has to do everything with the with the client side facing. So it can be API that you want to expose, so that can be the client facing, or it can be the UI part, or it can be some CMD which actually takes in the command from the user. So this is the presentation layer where the actual interaction from the user happens. Then is a service layer or a business layer. So this is the layer where we have the core logic or the heart of your program, where all the business logic or use case, everything goes in the service layer. And then the third one is the persistence layer, or the layer where we actually have interaction with the database that we have. So it can be a file storage, or it can be an actual database, RDBMS, NoSQL, anything that you wish. So this is how I normally have the three basic layers in the program. So, this is a small example of the directory structure that I usually follow. There can be a couple of more directories according to the use case, like that depends on the use case. That I'll just show you the code of one of my services that I created. So the first three set of folders that I've created, CMD, routers and handlers, belong to the presentation section of the layer. So these are like CMD would be a place where we have all the exposure mechanism that we have. So right now, like API, there can be gRPC, there can be CMD, there can be n number of ways you expose your functionality. And then specific to API, I have created some router package where I have all the routes that gets registered, and then there is an handler to each route that I registered. So this can be skipped when we have like gRPC or CMD, where it would directly interact with the business layer. We would not have any other folder apart from a file inside the CMD folder, and the file inside the CMD folder is definitely the main package. Then comes the service folder. This is the service package or service layer, or you may say business logic. Here we have different type of service files where all the interaction or all the business logic, if you have some third-party API to get data from, or you have repository to get data from, it does every magic of your business logic. Then comes the repository layer, or the repository package. This contains how you interact with your database or your persistence specifically. So persistence can be a file storage in some scenarios. There can be NoSQL databases, SQL databases, or any sort of database storage like S3 in some cases. So there can be any type of storage or persistence of your objects that you want to use. So this layer is specific to interacting with your persistence logic. So now let's go to the code and see what are the different folders that may exist in some scenarios. So if you see right now in my authentication service, I have the CMD, I have the router package, I have the handlers package. So these are three belong to the presentation layer. I have a models that does not belong to any of the layers, but it has some use in all the layers. So there can be this model specifically is used in the handler to convert the request data into a particular model and then send it across in the application. And this is also the models are also used when we receive data from the persistence layer or from the third party systems. So models are something that gets involved in every layer of your project. Then if you see, we have a service layer where I have a login.service file. So this is the place where all the business logic resides. So if you see right now, I think I have opened it through change set. Okay. In service, if you see, what I have done is I have interacted with a repository. I have interacted with one more package, that is token. So this token package is another logical package that I have created. This is specific to doing things related to token, like generating, validating, and those things. So if you see verify token and generate token method, so these are some packages that you create, but they don't belong to any specific layer directly, but indirectly, if you see, this token would belong to the business logic layer. Then I also have a persistence layer. Right now I have persisted the objects in a singleton object, or let's say in code in memory object. Right now I have not included any database interaction, but this is the place where all database interaction or your file storage interaction would go. So this is how the layered architecture works, and this is how you can structure your code in layer architecture. So thank you for watching this video. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also press the bell icon so that you don't miss on any notification on any new videos that we put across for this series, or we create new series for some kind of new topics. We would also like to hear from you guys in case you have some suggestions on how we can improve, or what topics do you want us to cover for you guys that could help you in improving somehow.